What's going on? What is going on? It is your boy Smooth Blaze, and I'd like to welcome you back to Walking with a Purpose, Embracing the Journey Before You Reach Your Destination, episode 17. Now, before we get into any of the major points for this week, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell, select all so you will not miss one video. Now, a couple weeks ago, the topic we discussed dealt with power versus position. Understanding the difference between the two, what happens when you have one, what happens when you have power, what happens when you have power, what happens when you have position, what happens when you have power, and how can you effectively, efficiently use those simultaneously. Now, for this week, what we will be discussing, potential versus results. In leadership, that's the biggest thing that we have to understand. What matters more to you in the field of leadership? A person's potential or the results that come behind it? Now, before we get into the differences, we have to understand what they mean. One, potential. Having or showing the capability to become or develop into something for the future. When you look at the word results defined, it is proceeded or arise as a consequence, effect, or conclusion. As we look at both words, when you think about the word potential, that means somebody can possibly do something. When things are results based, that means I have the evidence to prove that this person can do certain things and he have a track record of it. So, what are some things I learned about myself as I think about the words potential versus results? One, potential only can go so far. Like I stated before, if you don't have the results to back it, people can't really trust what you say. Two, men are defined by the actions, meaning the results of what you do is what defines you. Another thing would be review all alternatives, routes before making a move. Plot, plan, and strategize before you decide to make an emotional move. Make sure that the team is aware and their input is considered. Regardless of what position you hold or what type of title you hold or power you hold, you have to always take consideration to everybody around you. In addition to that, understand that setbacks will happen based on your decision. Meaning that a setback or something that you thought would work, all of a sudden it backfires, it doesn't go the way that you think it would, does not mean that you're horrible at what you do. It just means that you're human, that you're going to make a mistake. Lastly, creating culture where everyone is valued. It's one thing to tell a person what to do. It's another thing to invest in a person to the point where y'all are one and y'all care about each other on a deeper, in a deeper connection versus just being a person that do what I say. So those are things that I've learned about myself. These are the type of things or the qualities that I have for myself. What are some healthy habits that I've created? First would be writing down all the things I would like to accomplish. You have to have a plan that you can see all the time so you know how to move. Two, assess the number of resources that I already have. Understand where you're connected at and use those resources to get what you need. Get input from other leaders to come up with your own conclusion. It's okay to get different perspective on things. Regardless of the fact, you can learn different techniques and skills, but you'll be able to come up with a better conclusion for yourself. Another thing will be reading books that give you more insight on leadership. Reading and sharpening this mind, this tool, will allow you to make better decisions and think outside of the box other than what you're confined to. Pray or ask guidance in times of uncertainty. There's going to be times where you're confused and you really don't know what to do. Asking for assistance or words to change your perspective or might challenge maybe the thing that you need. Another thing as far as creating healthy habits will be listening to motivational speakers or podcasts. Other people's perspective, listening from the outside in could change your perspective and your viewpoint on something. So it's all right to use that. Lastly, number 7, cultivate better relationships with my team or learn their strengths and weaknesses. As a team or as a head, you have to know where people are good at and where they struggle at. Those areas where they struggle at, find ways to make those weaknesses into a strength. And those areas where they're sharp at, put them in place in order for them to maximize and dominate whatever they're at. So those are different habits that you have to create in order to keep that together in that field. Now let's talk about time. Let's talk about time. As a leader, you are characterized and chastised by outcomes. We all know that. How much time do you spend identifying potential in your team members? What this does is, in times in your life, there's going to be people that come up that you see different things in them, different skills, different abilities that can be enhanced in another way. How well do you identify those persons? And two, what have you done to challenge them to get them to the point where they become more effective and efficient and be able to do things to help you out? Because it's all about growing leaders. It's not about me having all the knowledge and not giving it to somebody else. Another thing would be relationships. Let's talk about it. Everyone in your circle has a unique leadership skill, right? As are those persons moving by potential or based on results? It's okay to use potential in certain situations and the potential of something growing or potential of a business opportunity. Yes, it's great to have that. However, results bring back consistency or bring back the obvious that may happen. If a person decides that they're going to fish every 3 days out the week and you see they do that every week, it's expected that to happen. So the potential of them only doing it once a week is kind of insane. So looking at results based off potential more, using your results more than your potential. Let's talk about the money, financial management. When you look at your finances, is it a humbling moment? We all know that. Looking at our finances is a humbling moment. Do you see the potential of where your finance can go, or are you satisfied with your current state or results? Let's talk about it. Whether your money is good or whether your money ain't. The potential where you see your future going is a whole different level, right? Now, if you are in a situation where everything is flowing right, everything is good, are you satisfied with just these results? Or are you interested in maximizing in a way where you can project not only for yourself, but for your future? You have to figure out what's best during these times. Finally, faith level. God has already put the tools and potential of greatness inside of you. Are we aligned with Him to ensure our possibilities become a reality? Let's talk about this. Now, when we look at God giving us skills, abilities, and gifts, we all know these things, right? So, what are we doing to ensure that we're in line with where He wants us to go? Because sometimes we can use our skills and abilities in the wrong way, and it's not going to be effective. We cannot be used positively. So, we have to understand where God is going, make sure that we're aligned. Now that we understand how position and power impacts leadership, what happens if we use these skills wisely? Results and potential. Let's get into it. Number one, your team and your organization will grow. Regardless of what it is, it's going to prosper. Number two, each employee will maximize their time. Definitely going to happen. Number three, people you are connected to will make positive impacts in all different fields. Your circle will be a reflection of all the prosperity that's going on as well, not just you. Growth in our finances and ready for investments. When you grow in this aspect of your finance, you mature into that. What happens is when you go from that step, you'll go into ready to, okay, let's invest. Let's make our money grow for me while I'm doing all these other things. Passive income. Number five, your faith level will continue to flourish and spread to others. As you set the foundation for it and you allow your foundation to set the blueprint of where you're trying to go, whatever aspect of life, God will be shown through all these things, and it will inspire other people to do the same thing. Lastly, the habits you make will evolve potential into reality. Let's talk about it. Your potential and all the potential things you want to do, reality is going to start clicking. More favor, more favor, more favor. Now, as we close, I would like to thank you for taking time out to hit this and look at this channel. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Select all so you will not miss one video. Now, before we go, we always got to keep this phrase close to our hearts. We cannot control the hand that was dealt, but we can move with purpose. It is your boy, Smooth Blaze, and I'm signing out.